Oh yeah, right. That's where we were. The Gargantua. Right. Oh, that's where we were. But hello, folks. We seem to have everything up and running here, so let's get right down into it and do a level that's an incredibly roundabout way of killing a giant monster. But such is the life of Dr. Freeman. Sometimes shooting it directly in the face does not work, and thus you must fall back on MIT training, in which you obviously learn to electrocute giant monsters, or they give you the theoretical formulae to consider how much electricity you need to electrocute a giant monster. I'm sure they probably have a course. But hello, folks. So, had the mixer turned up a little bit too loud, but once again, Black Mesa music, not bad. But all right, let's get back into this because we basically just stopped right as we were staring at the Gargantua, and it murdered an entire group of troops. We shot 2 Vortigaunts. That man's bleeding to death.
Have to sit this one out.
Wait, I can only carry 18 rounds? Well, yeah, there's the large boy, as we saw, but, You see, that's the thing about the 357.
Stay out of the big guy's way. You should be fine.
Right. Boss, do you need hug, head pats, or both? Could we send that plus the love of a very kind and beautiful woman? Ah! Why did I open my big fat fucking mouth? Why did I open my mouth? It's real life, but every time you ask for something, it gets harder. Ah! Ah! I feel like if you get 6 kills with 6 rounds in the Magnum, upon reloading, Big Iron should start playing or something. Well, this level is a really roundabout way of killing the Gargantua. However, it's a fucking joyride with the Magnum. Head crab in the vent. Welcome to Earth. Oh, good. The radiation hazard's going. Oh, great. Great. More sludge. Ooh. Well, hang on a minute. Ooh. Well, that's less intriguing and less exciting, but more disgusting, but... Grenades. Though, personally, I still would find that having an underslung 203 on an MP5 is playing more than a bit dangerously. It would not be the weapon I decide to put a 203 on. It would, it seems like, in a way that's kind of min-maxing 2 very different jobs to the point of it being kind of dangerous for your health. Well, now everyone knows where I am. Actually, they don't, because the Marines are apparently deaf. Ha! And ow, 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 ow! Ooh! I looked stupid, and then I was lethal. Very, very lethal. But, as if Viper needed any more ability to turn people into tomato paste. Well, into tomato paste. Yeah, no, unslung grenades. Can we get an upgrade for, whatchamacallit, how would you do this? You need a skin and an exclusive part that turns MP5 and Girls Frontline into the MP5 from fucking Half-Life. Suddenly she's a grenadier. Instead of small Thompson, she's small Suppo.
Contact! Contact!
You didn't see shit, kid.
Go, go.
Yes, fire at nothing. Oh, right. Small. I walk right into that. That would just be Suppo 2 Jr. Suppo 2 Jr. is the MP5 from Half-Life. Now it all makes sense. Ooh! Got him. I think they're more than hit, guys. Unless he's talking about me, in which case... Yeah, no, I totally took several shrapnel wounds from those collateral explosions. Or, I'm sorry, secondaries. Oh. Son? Son, you having a problem? Son?
I think I got him!
You know what? I didn't want to actually shoot any of you, so you know what? You can just... Nah, man. You shot first.
That's him!
Son of a bitch. There are more. Also, I hear hound eyes. Oh, wait. Wait. What? Oh. There's one up there, too. I think I know what I did. Ew. Ow! Now you decide to come out. Wait, that's a medic. He has a gun, though. He doesn't apply to the treaties. Frag out. Ooh! Sorry. It's kind of... It happens. Life or death situation, you gotta kind of pull the trigger when you see the target, because the target may not be there or he may kill you. It just... I'm sorry. But I think I know what I did. I rushed into this area so fast, and I killed the guys here so quickly, that, it fucked the scripting. And that's why that guy got stuck over there, and that's why those two guys are sitting over there looking like morons. Oh. Just... Ew. That is not an uncomfortable... Well, that is not a comfortable death. That man did not die with it. Boxes. Ah! What the fuck? Son, what were you Son, you are not Solid Snake! You got me, but what the fuck? That man's been playing that PlayStation with them video games. He devised unconventional guerrilla warfare tactics in which he encased himself in a box. Fucking Marines. They're stupid, but sometimes they can be ingenious. Okay, there's nothing over here, and I'm topped off on... Actually, no, I'm not topped off on mags. There we go. Okay. I think he just killed Solid Snake. I might have. And I think, actually, funnily enough, I think that guy's actually in the original Half-Life. I think that is actually not added in. I'm pretty sure there is a guy who hides in a box in the original game as well, who just kind of jumps out at you like that. It's fucking jarring in the original game, if I remember it correctly. Well, nothing important in there anyway. How would he know where Freeman was? Well, see, he wouldn't, so he basically just jump out at when he decided. Maybe it's a bit of new type intuition there, but he kind of just picked at a random noise and like, now I'm gonna jump out. Because obviously all of my friends are dead. So it must be the Freeman, right? Right? But then again, he's probably been there for a while. I'm not sure. If the dead could talk, boy, would they have stories. Stories that I would probably then make into Necrotica campaigns, but that's beside the point. Okay, so this goes down, and this is an elevator, but I've got an idea. And the idea is... Well, actually the idea doesn't work, because the elevator doesn't work. See, pull the old misdirection. Send the elevator down so everyone looks at the elevator and wonders what's going on, and then take the back route and shoot everyone in the head. Well, looks like this is a one-way stop. Jesus! Ow! Alright. That's a lot of them. Fuck. I knew there were gonna be a couple down here, possibly, but not, like, what? 1, 2, 3, 5? Oh. Someone's beret. And, someone's torso as well. Jesus. I think that's an alarm. Is there anything over here that I need to worry about? Aside from large supply of it. I've seen this fucking movie before. No? Alright then. But wait. See, I know where this shit's going. I think I remember this part here, but hang on. Because I think my intuition is telling me, because I have played the original Half-Life before, but I can't fucking remember any of it, really, with any sort of certainty. But my intuition is telling me, if I place these explosive barrels right here, I will catch an encounter that happens after I complete whatever the hell I'm doing in this ditch. That happens, and, you know, blow everybody up that's standing on the elevator. Oh, right. Right. These things. Huh. Well, can I, just, Perfect. Now it's all rigged to blow. Now begins, again, the story of the showman, the demolition expert. Torchwick, but bombs. I'm glad that didn't get jammed in a fan or anything like that, but I don't need ammo. Okay, so... looks like I have to go down there. Blocked, huh? Okay. See, this is one of those strange things where the the game is kind of just stringing me along with a, you know, a linear path that I'm following, and I have no fucking idea what the hell I'm actually doing, but I know if I walk forward long enough, I will find a switch or a button that will, you know, get me further on or do something positive. However, I'm just, you know, a complete moron with guns, walking around looking for these buttons that are, you know, shiny lights and important-looking things. If you start to think about it logically as if, you know, Dr. Freeman knows exactly what's going on, man's a genius. But zombie, though. Nice! Don't have any more Marines in boxes, do we? Okay, the piston appears to be oh! Physics puzzle. That's engineering, right? It's not science, it's engineering. There is a box stuck in the piston. Remove box, clear piston. But yeah, with that, that headcrab zombie blowing himself up is, you know, a pretty accurate depiction of how Half-Life AI is a comedy in itself. If you just let it go, it will do even more crazy and absurd things than you could ever imagine. And it's perfectly capable of killing itself, meaning that Half-Life is a game that you can, in fact, well, you know, if you were... They can't press buttons, but in terms of encounters, they can kind of play themselves. This is part of why Freeman's mind is so convincing, because sometimes he kind of knows what to do, but mostly he's just walking around rambling and slowly going insane. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's entirely accurate. Because either Freeman is clairvoyant with this game design, and actually it's probably a negative mark against the game if you start to look at it really seriously. And, you know, obviously later games, well, newer games in Half-Life 2, for example, you know, being one of those newer games, they tend to give you, hey, you need to do this, Dr. Freeman, and then we can do this. And then they send you on the way to do that. And you know exactly what you're doing and kind of what you're looking for. This game, it's, yeah, no, you're just running through the maps and attempting to find the button that opens the door to get to the next map. So it's a little bit primitive in a way, but it's either... Dr. Freeman is a psychopath who is just walking around shooting people in the head, bludgeoning aliens to death and flipping random buttons that he finds, or he's basically a clairvoyant genius. And Freeman's mind, I think, is somewhere in between. So an accurate depiction of the game.
For immediate security check.
I don't have my passport. Oh no. They want to see my passport. I don't have my passport. I can't. The State Department's actually shut down currently. So you know, I would think that wouldn't actually stop me because I'm wearing basically power armor, so you think the moment I got close to that, it would just immediately shock me, but video games. But yes, I don't have my passport, so we're just gonna not and say we did, right, for reporting for security checks, but remember, we have a plan here. Remember. OG showman characterization. Badass normal with hilarious, supervillain, like golden age supervillain tier planning for explosives and traps. That's the old showman.
I'm going in. That's him.
Wait. Okay, that kind of worked. Welcome to the show, motherfuckers. See, I knew that was there. I recognized the elevator, and I thought, wait, doesn't an encounter happen here where I come back to this elevator and there's like 3 dudes on— Yes. Almost according to plan. Well, no plan ever survives contact with the enemy. And, whoa! In the case of the OG show, man, dealing with magical girls is kind of a weird sort of prospect. They cheat. So your only option is to cheat harder. Remember, kids, the best way to win a fight is not make it actually a fight in the first place. A fight implies a struggle. You don't want to struggle, because that means the enemy may win. So obviously you need to shoot them in their sleep, or, you know, rig their cars to explode the moment they're turned on. Never see it coming. And I suppose, in a way, you know, thinking about that, that would make the showman the first servant in some regard, because, yeah, no, that's totally in line with part of servant thinking. Outskill the opponent.
I got something for you.
Jumpy fucker, but things to think about. The lineage of all my characters and, you know, stories and worlds, it all makes sense, clearly. It was all leading up to what it is right now. Which is not a whole lot, because fuck if I have time to actually write a book. I plan to, though. Maybe one of these days when things get easier. So I think we have to go... Actually, no, we turn the electricity on, and now... Yes! Right! We turn the electricity on, and that fucks up the Gargantua, or makes the Gargantua a little bit more vulnerable, I suppose? Yeah, right, no, we go back to the... Right. We go back to the control room and turn on the 3rd rail. And that kills the Gargantua. Now I remember what the fuck we're doing. Okay. There's no such thing as a fair fight. I agree. There are no fair fights. There's only, not fights, and fights you are losing. You wouldn't want to get into a losing fight, would you?
Okay, he's hit.
Gee, I wonder where he is. So, you guys are no fun. Ooh, it's toxic waste! Trying to come into our country illegally! Marines, help! That isn't gonna work. I played myself.
Squad!
Fucker. Hi, Evie. Alright, so, we're back here now. And we'll probably run into a couple more dudes. Well, this Marine was obviously taken over by a head crab and then stuffed in a corner by one of the medics. How horrifying. He'll get better, probably. He didn't get better. Another thing that reminds you that, well, if you think it's insane inside Black Mesa, outside right now is a fucking catastrophe. There are Well, the only glimpse we actually get of it is during the outro sequence, where G-Man's standing in a field where, there's dead Marines and, crashed Ospreys and blown up M1s out there. Yeah, no, shit's going to hell out there. It's Independence Day with less planes. Actually, the planes really don't help. Oh, hey, he moved. I don't see it. Oh, there it is.
You better go on without me.
I'll
just slow you down.
Fuck was that? Just, Oh. Are you gonna, oh, wait, no. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, we actually have to shoot the Gargantua if I remember correctly, but I opened that door? Or I could probably actually just run. I don't remember how this encounter actually works, but I think I needed the tram. I think. Or rather, I have to go over there and maybe that'll connect the power. I don't remember. This is a confusing level. Well, confusing if you're trying to remember it. Need help? No, I can figure this shit out. Okay, he over there. Oh lord, he coming. Oh lord, he coming. But joke's on you, I have infinite sprint. Can I? Ah! Oh god, he's learning to game the corners. Ah! Fire! Bad! Right, that's how you do that. Alright. It might have been slightly changed from, the vanilla game, but that's how you did. You got to that point eventually somehow. I cannot turn off the third rail, but I don't think we're gonna need to. These are jet engines. What the fuck? Why are these stuffed in a corner over here? These seem important. All right. Watch out for the third rail. We're gonna have to hop the rail. Hit! Ah. Okay, so there are quite a few of these, and ooh, look, rifle grenades. Good. Sapo 2 Jr. lives again. Okay, so obviously we need to take one of these trams, but this ain't co-op, so I'm not sure why there's two. But it looks like no. Well, we could take either. Right, no, since they're all connected via this direction. So if Barney yeah, he's up there. All right, good. He's gonna turn the tracks and send us on our way. Right. Good man. Okay. It seems that we've made a choice. See you later, Barney. Have fun bleeding to death. Ah, we couldn't go that way because that's blocked off. We'll probably see that guy again. It's probably sometime after Episode 3 or Half-Life 3 comes out. Oh! We'll speak of the fucking devil.
Hey, it's Freeman, right?
Sure.
Hold up a sec. One of your scientist pals said they'd give you a message. You're supposed to take this old rail system up to some sort of satellite delivery rocket or something. I don't know where it is exactly. The old guy was so worried about getting out alive, he didn't think to stop and tell me. Anyway, the main thing is, the military aborted the launch. So when you find the rocket, well, if you find the rocket, you'll have to get up to the control room and launch it yourself. He said something about a Lambda team needing the satellite in orbit if they were ever going to clean up this mess. Now, get going. I'm going to stick around and help any other stragglers.
Yes, yes. Xenian relay. Launch rocket. Rocket good. I suppose I didn't actually sit down and really grind a War Thunder event, so looks like I'm unlocking the Object 279 today. And this is on a rail, right? This is where this begins. Nice electro swing. See, this is kind of the problem with Half-Life's music in general, and Black Mesa by extension, because it's following, you know, the act already set in front of it. The music's good, I just feel like it's kind of terribly used in a lot of cases. It almost doesn't, like, well, on a rail. I was right. But it really feels most of the time out of place, and it's kind of unfortunate since it's, you know, it's good music, it just doesn't feel like it should be here. Shotgun ammo is full, reminding me that I should, in fact, pay some attention to the fat girl. Well, the pleasingly thick girl, if I'm going to be entirely complimentary about it. I mean, who doesn't need a spaz double, right? I'll just take that with me. Look, Gordon, a rope. Nope, didn't get him. Very carefully. Problem with Half-Life music is that it doesn't play all the time, and when it does play, it plays for so little time that, like, you either do what the music wants you to do and get into trouble, or you feel like you've ruined the moment. Yeah, I suppose that's a way of articulating it. I suppose it's, the music most of the time is, I am slowly falling off this fucking train, and that's alarming. But I suppose the issue is, it seems to want to bookend, like, or rather, like, you know, be present for action sequences, but a lot of the action sequences in Half-Life 1 are really, they don't feel like they match up with the music, and there's a lot of sitting around waiting, too. Oh. You're kind of durable here, but it feels like the music's just not used well. If it happens during an action sequence, it feels out of place because you don't really, well, you can run around, but nobody really plays games like that, or rather, anymore, honestly. We've been indoctrinated into the stop and pop gameplay. You can run and gun Half-Life, obviously, and they give you enough health kits, but I feel, my point is, it feels like the wrong music for the kind of combat you typically have in action sequences, and then there are situations where the music will just start playing randomly and it feels completely out of fucking place because nothing's really happening. Like the boot sequence for the HEV suit. Yeah, the song's pretty cool. The only problem is it doesn't feel like you should have a song that's that energetic over that moment. There were 3 prototypes made of the SPAS 12. Okay, and 2 later of the SPAS 15 that were double-barreled a proof of concept in 1994 and 1996. Oh. Well, that may be true, however, this is not the double-barreled SPAS 12. This is... They basically... They made the... whatchamacallit, the magazine tube an extra barrel, even though that's not how that works. So there is actually a double-barreled SPAS. I did not know that, so informative. I feel like it would have worked much better if every area had its own track. Make it a 6-minute loop that fits the area, and you're good. I think Half-Life 2 is better about this, because Half-Life 2 relies on a lot of ambient music. That's kind of slow and mostly kind of low and foreboding. It doesn't really have a lot of exciting, instrumentation. There are lots of, energetic tracks, but the vast majority of the soundtrack fits the sort of desolate journey that you're going through, if I remember correctly. The only problem is most people don't really remember the ambient tracks from Half-Life. It's good music, and honestly, I dug through it myself, and I was using that as a soundtrack for my first Necronica campaign, and I still use that music occasionally, too. So, it's good music, it's just that I don't feel like anyone really remembers it. Sit down, Vorts. So this is a good spot to actually just kind of slowly move through the area and talk. Gauge the streamer level, whereas I try to remember exactly how the hell this level works. I know it's something to do with the switches. So I need to actually find the stations with the switches. Yeah, they use music in Half-Life more as accent pieces than scoring the player. On a rail in Black Mesa is markedly less obnoxious, by the way. Okay, well, good. I mean, I got it. I kinda... It was, an ordeal, but only an ordeal in the original game because Half-Life 1 is a actually deceptively long game. And Half-Life 2 is kind of the same way. Once you don't really, you think of them as your standard, it's a standard 4 to 6 hour first-person shooter experience. You can do this in an evening, right? And then you actually sit down and play it, and you realize, oh wait, no, it took a while to get to fucking places, and Half-Life 1 is much more guilty of that because it's a game about puzzles, really. That light. And we want to stop now before we run directly off the platform. Yeah, it's a 9 to 10 hour game, which is kind of refreshing in a way. It's just that it's something I was never really prepared for every time I booted up the game on occasion. But it's something I actually kind of like because it's, Half-Life 2 is a nice journey. Some years ago, I actually, occasionally replayed Half-Life 2 to relax because it took a while to get through. And it's mostly a game that that relies on exploring, large sort of open environments. A lot of ambient music. Kind of fits. It fits. You can kind of not think too hard, is what I'm saying. It doesn't require a lot of it's not too offensive to the mind, in a way. You don't really have to think very hard, and there's not too many people to interact with. Double-barrel prototypes were destroyed when they were deemed to not go into production. The SPAS 12 double-barrel used an alternating barrel loading system and an internal rotary mag like the Johnson rifle. Fucking... Okay, then you somehow made a Spas 12 a fucking Pancor jackhammer. That's actually kind of cool. It's probably not as exciting as I imagine it to be, but Also, the thing that plays when you're putting on the HEV suit is much more trancy in the original game, which fits with a slow walk to the test chamber as the tech suit boots up. That's what they wanted to convey, I guess. I suppose so, but it always felt like, you know, suddenly you're in a fucking dance club out of nowhere, which I understand what it's going for. It's a gear up theme, but it's a little bit not really all that great for that, if you get my drift. Okay. They want to make you feel like a cool scientist. It's not the way I would have scored the moment, but it's just something to pick out, I suppose. Holy shit, I've got quality options today I can actually watch. Wow. Might be a good day. It seems. Contest, I had just finished Quake when I started up Half-Life 1 for the first time, and hearing the sting after putting on the suit really nailed the mood for me. Well, I suppose it works for somebody, and it is designed in that era, and that was normal for that era. So I suppose it's not surprising if it felt good back then, but now, you know, like, I played Half-Life 2 to completion before I played Half-Life 1, so I'm much more of I've got much more modern sensibilities, I suppose. So I was never really a fan of the Quake, Unreal Tournament, games of that era. Even though I kind of liked the desolation in those games, but I never found myself playing them. One, because I didn't have any interest, or two, because I never actually had a chance to get my hands on the damn things. I got uncomfortable the first dungeon in Persona 5 is. Well, Dancing Fool, yeah, no, it's almost like that guy is, well, he kind of has a god complex about being awesome, and that kind of goes places if you're not careful, and especially if you're a bad person. One of these days, I'll actually play Persona 5 on stream, because I have the damn game, probably only after I actually finish it myself. Door. Yep. I didn't notice the hole. Oh no. Oh. Wait, hang on. Son of a bitch. Did I not notice this ladder here, or was that not there? Huh. Okay, well, there's a door over here. Let's pick one side to explore, shall we? Let's be consistent-ish. Yeah. Dancing, the times being what they are, I didn't, aside from, you know, the first dungeon in, or first palace in Persona 5, if I should accurately name the damn thing, yeah, no, I've seen levels like that before, so nothing really stuck out at me out of the ordinary. People today would be fucking surprised, though. You'd be fucking surprised what triggers people these days. Is the sin of lust in the game. I just got Royale. I've heard a lot about Royale, and some of it I don't actually agree with, but I have the original game, and it's fine the way it is. Although, you kind of do notice that the first dungeon, or the first palace, is really, really theatrical, and then the next palaces kind of are nowhere near the level of theatrics for a while. But I haven't actually finished the game, but I'm kind of, sort of, partway through it. Ha ha! I'm currently playing it, and they added a fair few new things to unlock, including entirely new areas. Oh, okay. Alright, I've been told it's, I saw the headline, it's almost like it's a completely different game. So, I figured, well, then I guess a lot of shit was changed. Truth be told, these days, people are triggered just to be triggered. it's the screaming child wanting attention issue. Actually, yeah, that's probably part of it as well. And other people thinking that raising a moral stink about the smallest fucking thing is somehow progressive or helpful. It really isn't. You're actually right. P5 is the definition of front-loaded, vanilla version at least. Yeah, that's what I got from it, because I was actually really kind of disappointed after the first, like the first palace. And yeah, it seemed like, it looked like, you know, I kind of know where the money went. And the money went into, like, the first, like, 4 hours. Which are very good. The only problem is you notice that suddenly things aren't as cool as they should be. But to me, that first dungeon isn't really actually anything shocking. The man believes that he is a king. What do kings have? Wine, women, and song. Wow. Such a new and amazing offensive concept. I didn't notice the other head crab, but got him. And yes, the new redhead is pretty much the star of the remake. Which, quality waifu, and very good costume as well. Even though, honestly, if you squint hard enough, she kind of looks like Futaba, so she's not really that that original looking, but good enough! Does she have glasses and is she a nerd? I'm not sure about her personality, but it's just kind of... I don't know, it's kind of... the art style for Persona 5 has a tendency, to make girls with long hair kind of look the same after a while if you start squinting. It's not like Leiji Matsumoto, I can only draw one woman, but it's... You start to notice familiar things, and hey, don't speed up, fuck you. I'm the one who determines the path here, and the pace. She's a theater nerd. Oh. Ow! Sorry, distracted by the concept of a female showman. Well, this is, wow. This is quite a pickle, isn't it? I just kind of glanced back over from the Twitch chat to look around, and I'm surrounded by lasers. Well, I'm just gonna have to do some dismantling here. Fuck you, don't turn on. I suppose this doesn't matter anymore. Actually, maybe it does, so maybe just frag. Solve the situation. That's a little bit too far, though. Nope, got it. Theater and gymnastics. You know, my mind may be in the gutter, but an anime girl and, you know, the topic of gymnastics, it only brings one thing to mind. Leotards, and that's her costume, too. So, I may be a pervert, but that's just what anime's done to me. So, that gets a pass from me. Leotards are quality. Yes, they are. And by extension, one-piece swimsuits, because it's kind of the same thing. Is there anything here that I missed? Anything that would seem important? Well, aside from the frag grenades. That's about it. If you wanted to come back down for the frag grenades, you got them. You think it... No, of course they're bulletproof. Because that makes sense, right? Fucking... turret lasers. So I'm pretty sure a section actually coming up very soon, it's pretty much easier to just go full speed and duck through it, and then jump off the tram before it plummets into a fucking pit. Like this. Oh. Or does that? It's not a pit, but a little bit dangerous. Well, it would have killed me, so there's that. But, I know an enemy entryway when I fucking see one. I didn't have to be told there's guys back there. Okay. More of these mines? Even though, honestly, well, that's... we ain't getting through there, but it really feels like the trip mines are kind of out of place, don't you think? That's lending to a more defensive sort of strategy. Defensive, i.e. running the fuck away. You can kinda see why most of these were cut. Even though I'm pretty sure the slams are still a weapon in Half-Life 2. But... oh, nice. MP5 is out there. Making propaganda. Thanks, MP5. There's no one I like in that... ooh, cloud of enemies! Oh, they've got the night vision goggles out. Oh, shit. They've gone full tactical. Go!
And just when I was starting to feel lonely. Sounds like the troops are fixing to throw you a surprise party.
You were saying?
Don't forget to reload.
Thank you.
Ready when you are, Doc. Coming up on your rear.
Please, let everyone in the general vicinity know exactly what you're doing. Vaccinated? Get a... that's a interesting poster. Soda. That I can't just bust open, unfortunately. But as I was saying about the mines...
Are we gonna go anytime soon?
That doesn't seem right. I think something might have happened with the
Ready to
vending
get going,
machines.
sir?
Endless soda, yes, exactly. Endless soda. Ground soda. There's so many soda cans, they're making a small black hole. We need to get someone, well, I'm a physicist, so I'm qualified, but we need to get more of the science team down here.
Let's get a little bit of that going.
That's a lot of soda. But, again, interrupted.
Okay, Cupcake. Playtime's over.
the mines don't necessarily feel like they're... Like, it's a nice idea, but it doesn't feel like it's the gameplay the game is actually enforcing. Basically, the stereotypical first-person shooter gameplay, and this is what Half-Life typically does, is... Yeah, no, just walk into room, into room, into room, into room, into room. So you're always advancing. You're always, technically speaking, attacking. So, a mine is kind of a defensive weapon, and yeah, sure, there are defensive situations in, like, Episode 2, for example, where you hold off the mine with the turrets, which is a nice and memorable section. However, Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2... Half-Life 2 has some of them, but Half-Life 1 I don't think has anything like that.
Holy shit!
Seems like everybody's already distracted. Oh, wait. Right. Technology. Shockingly, that one security guard managed to make it through that entire encounter nearly unscathed. Wow, we make a good team. That's where I just came from, so I guess I didn't miss anything.
Does
So
it look cooler if I hold my gun like this?
Rocket. Lambda. We seem to be going the right way. That's a rifle grenade. Oh.
Oh, what's a stench?
And now time for an impromptu Medal of Honor style turret section. I forgot that exists. Can I take this and put this on one of the trams? Can we just make can we make a war train? Can we do that? I think we can. I think we'd get some mileage out of that. But yeah, hello.
Hunch, but we should probably be doing something.
I'm talking to my stream chat. I'm an entertainer, don't you know? Also trying to save the world, but I've got a balance here.
Sorry, man.
Complains about moving, gets in my way. Maybe you should just shut the fuck up, Barney. Alright, well there's nothing
No hard
back here.
feelings, right?
Actually, there's probably something up here. Right? Speedrunning tactics! Eh! More ropes.
Sorry.
Okay, that went absolutely nowhere. So I suppose what I was supposed to do is actually up back at the top of these stairs. Ah. That rings the bell.
Yeah. We should probably get going.
You know, this reminds me of a whatchamacallit, a commentary node in Half-Life Episode 2, I believe, wherein the developers actually acknowledge, yeah, if you have a companion that's sitting there behind you, rambling about how long you're fucking taking, it gets old and they run out of dialogue pretty quickly. So that's why they made Alex shut up for the most of the time. For most of the time when you're exploring with her. Well, there's all my 357. And you know, Barney is quickly getting to the point of, dude, I'm going. Please shut up. Nope. So, alright, this is obviously our rocket. And, I hope there are, what? I can't pick up the beret. I hope foreign contaminants, in the silo do not actually affect the, ability for the missile to launch. Ow. Hey! Dude, rocket silo. Throwing a frag grenade is probably the last thing you would want to do right now. Okay. It would seem that I have to manually retract all the levels of the gantry here and, cone. Oh, they're up there. I hear what sound like rocket strikes. So I feel like there's either an Apache or an Osprey out there doing rocket runs.
Holy shit!
He was shooting through the console. Fuck him. But yeah, yeah, no, just, go me! Shooting grenades with, you know, full canisters of propane, you know, inches away from the explosion. We might be getting into some Dead Cervanus tier, anomalous, otherworldly, levels of, weird shit going on here, right? But, elevator active. Okay, so, all the launch gantries are retracted.
Attention, all personnel.
Welcome to Kerbal Space Program. Now you see, how the fuck do I get out of here? I think, actually, it must be the door down here.
Attention.
Right.
Satellite, rocket, silo, reports, status, green, for launch.
Somehow. Let's hope none of that rocket took any damage at all during the entire incident and that firefight that I had. Let's hope everything will be fine for launch. It's not like rockets are incredibly delicate or anything like that. Though I have no idea where my partner Barney went. I think he kind of got stuck behind me. He couldn't make the jump over the train, so he couldn't actually follow me. Chugga, 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 chugga. Laser mines were originally meant to be an environmental hazard, only at the last minute they decided to make them a usable weapon. Okay. It's, seems about the same level of thought out, honestly. So I could use the ladder, or I can just, you know, equip my gun and just deal with whatever may come my way here. And it looks like a resounding nothing. Wait, no. Wait, I remember this. Hang on. Yep. I fucking remember this shit. The only problem is that did not go anywhere. once again, highly trained Marine Emergency Response Force, or one dude with a Glock. You will survive. Area clear. Okay, that man, that's an uncomfortable death, but I'm not gonna say he deserved it, but he probably deserved it. I mean, yes, he shot a scientist over here, clearly. Clearly I had moral, recourse to, shoot all of those people. Right. Moral, ethical, and karmic, recourse, and I suppose, what's the word I'm looking for here? Never mind. There. That goes nowhere. And, another 50 cal here. Boy, that would have been incredibly inconvenient to walk into, but it didn't look like the enemy was actually using it at all. Shame we can't manhandle a 50 cal through this shit.
Power 80%.
Who is this guy? Freeman.
They say it was at ground zero.
The science team.
Yeah.
Shit. What, so you think this guy's responsible? Sabotage, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. All I know for sure is this guy's been killing Marines.
Oh, yeah. He'll pay. He will definitely pay.
Oh, he'll pay. He will definitely pay. You guys take cash or credit? Ooh!
I'm doing it!
I'm waiting for the grenade to explode, but it doesn't seem like he actually... That guy lied. He wasn't actually throwing a grenade. Fucker. Behold, the invincible hazard door. Wow, that exploded right next to my feet and nothing fucking happened. I think I managed to get them all. Wow. Ha! This instant chunky salsa. Or I suppose you can call that Pineapple Express. It doesn't seem like there's anything hiding over here. However, I've played Half-Life 2 before. I know that you can kind of sort of do this. Yes! However, no! Fuck you! I opened the lock! That's just bullshit. Lying sons of bitches. One time I can actually break a lock with weapons that I have. It doesn't open. Okay, this way, looks like, right? Gotta be. Yep. I'm not sure why I can't go through that door. It seems like I'm going through the same exact area, but I know I'm not gonna go. I know I have to go to the control room now. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, no, what the fuck? I'm going into that area anyway. What the? Surprised Marine drops frag grenade, instantly dies. Thanks for the tea, all! I've got another 50. Ah! Ow! Ah! Oh no! Oh. Wait, that... I'm pretty sure that's not how you destroy an M2. But you go do that. Alright, time for some windage here. Well, I smoked him. And also, you see, situations like this, the musical track was A, too short for the encounter, and B, also just seemed out of place. I appear to have killed all of them. I'm not sure what went on here, but some man inadvertently exploded over here. Games like Half-Life make you appreciate how new Dooms handle their music. This is entirely true. Doom Eternal and Doom 2016, but mostly Eternal, because it's just 2016 but better. It clearly shows that the levels were playtested over and over and over again, and the developers knew and understood the vast majority of actions and potential decisions the player could make, and scripted shit around all of that. That's what it looks like when your level design team has care. And they like what they're doing and being incredibly thorough about it. You see this way, way too rarely in video games these days. Also, yes, dynamic music. And additionally, on dynamic music, the, well, if you've played, actually, no, yeah, it's mostly around 7. But Ace Combat 7, you notice that the music loops in certain areas, like, say, take the 10 Million Relief Plan DLC missions. You'll notice that the music loops around certain movements, and then once you walk over a certain step, it'll kind of sort of do this fade in, fade out, where it moves to another part of the song. You can kind of catch it at odd moments, so it's not perfect, but that's another way that they're trying to make it so the music supports the theatrics and it's there when you need them. Which is a hell of a lot better than, well, Assault Horizon's way of doing it, which is to script the mission and hold the player at certain moments until they complete certain actions. But that feels incredibly artificial and fucking stupid. So that's why that's a bad thing.
Shit. Monsters? Hell yeah. But civilians? What is this damn operation anyway?
Okay, so now we're at Adjutant HQ here. I had to mention the music ramps up as the action intensifies, which I like. I hardly noticed that, but the music felt natural the entire way through, so I didn't notice it coming up, or it coming up in intensity or going down, all that much, but Doom Eternal was kind of a visceral experience. You just went in for the violence, and then you enjoyed yourself, and then you left rather quickly. It's a good game, but it's not something I was actually really paying attention to. But, so those there guys. Is that the only guys in here? Well, Surprise! Damn. That is some man's brain. That is a brain. I have dislodged a brain from a skull. Wow. Just as a bit where they generally only play big combat tracks for actual fights, see Handgun Harmony from like level 2, but sometimes it has tracks that take up the majority of a mission, like Erebus, Reaction, and the second to last level. Yeah, scoring a game or scoring a level while you're playing it is an art in itself, and actually you can fuck this up if you're not careful about it. You can't just throw whatever random music, you know, on a level and have it start as a player walks over a certain point and then just be, you know, it'd be perfectly fine. That's probably how you get the worst examples of what's going on. Worst examples that you've ever seen it. So, it requires a bit of scripting. And, well, I'm a stickler for music and enhancing theatrics. So, I can be kind of sensitive about this stuff, or really kind of fixated on it, which is why my tabletop role-playing games have soundtracks. Music is power. Music can enhance a moment. And if you understand that power, fun things start to happen.
Satellite launch system activated. 20 seconds remaining.
Like right about now, there probably should be a song playing.
15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Off to outer space, save other Earth, na 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 na. Na, 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 na. Well, now if we've fried our eyeballs and potentially actually help save the world, moving on. But yeah. On Dusk again, Dusk is essentially a classic game that's been polished to a mirror sheen. It's been gone over by someone who either has experience making those games back in the day or knows and understands how they function from playing them enough to where they can accurately map out, okay, this should happen here, and this should happen here, and this moment should feel like this, or this song needs to be playing here, or you need to hear this kind of ambient music here to make this work. There's a sense of, there's a, sort of a, how should I put this? There's a thematic sort of sense for pacing that you pick up that it isn't necessarily like a golden rule, there's only one way to do it, but you can, you know, if you play video games and if you play first-person shooters, for example, you probably have a method or have seen a method for moments that you remember. You kind of that kind of dictates how you feel in terms of what the moment, what a moment should be. And that kind of, I suppose, breeds an illusion to whereas there's only one way to do it. Oh, it has to be this way. But there are a couple ways to achieve those sorts of things. But some devs are actually, you know, wising up and, you know, doing things like, you know, doing things and having their products released with the quality of, like, say, Dusk from the indie scene or Doom Eternal in terms of a first-person shooter. Because, Doom Eternal was great. And it really shows that the dev team understood what they were doing. They liked what they were doing. And they made a good experience as a result. Is where I was going, meandering around with that. But that's kind of the point. So, where do we go now? Aside from right there. Yes, right there. They had a clear goal in mind and followed through, which is kind of hard in some cases. As Mark Laidlaw said, everything changes as you try to make it real. And, going on even just my Necronica campaigns, yeah, Yeah, no, that's entirely true. Once you have an idea, and then you can start to imagine, like, a disconnected series of scenes that don't really make any sense outside of your head to anyone else, but you kind of understand how it's supposed to go and how it's supposed to feel, and then you try to basically make those moments make sense. And that's making it real. And then you start to run into situations where, wait, this sounded better in my head. Wait, this doesn't actually make any sense. Oh, none of this is right. If you want to experience this kind of problem, try writing. You'll feel it very quickly if you have any enthusiasm about what you're writing. Or you're trying to be, like, creative and not trying to just copy someone's work. But yeah, having a clear goal and vision is incredibly important to anything. Like, it's not just video games, it's like books or movies or stage plays even. Knowing what the hell you want to actually do makes the process of creating it that much easier, and means that you're going to be able to sense and pick out things that don't work in the middle of all of it. However, I say all of these things, but I'm still absolutely terrified that I'm going to make horrible mistakes in my own writing and basically fall down the same pitfalls that I poke, you know, video game developers for on my adventures here. I am still petrified that I'm going to make a really boneheaded mistake and not going to be able to fix it in time, and it's going to be there, and it's going to be... Actually, I've already done that, but we're not going to talk about that retcon for Dead and Sylvanas. Because that's alcohol-fueled, and yeah, no, that stuff's paying dividends after a while. Kind of up a sense for his dynamic music system in Killer Instinct 2013, a fighting game where, considering how fighting game rounds work and flow, the track changes up every few seconds to match the emotion, even going so far as to matching with your blows during ultra combos, fatalities, but manual. Uh-huh. Goon, here's a tip. Don't take it seriously. Write something half silly. Alex? If you know anything about Dead and Sylvanas currently, be here probably Monday night, because you might see some shit. Bailey's adventure has its own sort of tone and sort of pacing to it that is mostly dead serious. And that's not just because everyone's actually dead and they don't know it yet, but Redacted's adventure is going to be something. What I can clearly say that it is going to be an entirely different experience happening at the same time. But the thing is, I kind of want something... my impulse is to not just write silly nonsense. It's... I want to make something valuable, but the only problem is that it feels like I'm... It feels like I know what I need to do, however, I'm trying to skip steps as hard as I can. But however, because I skip those steps, I don't actually know if what I'm trying to do will actually work. How different? Like TF2 Pyro different? Not quite that insane, but, I'm not gonna spoil anything, because this is gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a really big thing. And also, Third Runner, on the Killer Instinct stuff, yeah, that's the exact kind of care that you need to have with video games and, you know, in games in general, not just the implementation of music. But if you do that with the implementation of music, then you start to get really, really memorable, powerful, like, cathartic moments. Because that's what music does. It can enhance moments, it can detract from moments, and it can also color moments with a certain mood that may or may not be actually, you know, actually innately present. You could sort of, like, hypnotically suggest what feeling the audience should be feeling. However, you can't necessarily do that all the time because then it'll just seem jarring and out of place. But the golden point is that you match up with what the player's feeling. So everything feels right. The only problem is... heavy scripting can kind of ruin this. See Ace Combat Assault Horizon, where, yeah, the theatrics are there. They just fucking get you by the neck, and they hold you there to watch it, and like, hey, isn't this fun? But that's the point where you're not playing the game anymore. You're watching a movie, and that's not exactly you know, when you're doing that, it feels like, you know, the game's playing itself in a degree, and you don't actually have any input. You're just pressing the button to like turn the page or something like that. But yes, speed. We're going too fast. Goofy can drive a plot just as well as Sirius. This is entirely true. Train stuck! Train stuck! I knew that happened, but I thought you had a little bit more time than that. I forgot how short that is. But it's not a matter of silly being, you know, a driving force, or, you know, silly or serious being better or worse. It's kind of melding it together, and that is something that I will not pretend that I know how to do correctly. I'm kind of still just guessing. Okay, that's collapsed. Then you have games like Uncharted that are just movies, yet people love it. I don't like it. Well, Uncharted itself is actually a fairly well-designed game for those moments. It's not exactly, you know, refreshing or exciting in terms of mechanics, but what it is the Tomb Raider-esque third-person shooter, once again polished to a mirror sheen. It knows what it wants to do, and it does it very well, and then it puts in your Hollywood theatrics. However, games like that and The Last of Us are very good for, you know, impressing theatrics upon the player and, you know, making memorable moments. Like, I've played through... Oh, actually, I didn't play through. I watched Gom's Let's Play of it. Or actually, watched a Let's Play of the original Last of Us. The introduction is absolutely masterfully done. It is the most anxiety-inducing introduction to a horror game I have ever played. Well, ever seen. Played, maybe one day, because, well, you know, Last of Us 2 is going to be showing up this year at some point. Maybe. But, those are very well-made experiences, but are they the best games ever because of that? No. I will agree that people make the mistake of saying, oh, well, it's just like a movie, and therefore that's the pinnacle of game design. And that's not how that works. And also, fucking ladder. Damn it! And also, generally speaking, the people who say these things about games like Uncharted and The Last of Us, they're usually kind of pretentious and they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Okay, so where are all the fucking Marines now that were shooting at me? Oh, there's one. Okay, top shelf. Where is he? I know he's up there. That probably got him. No, he's still out there. Okay, now I gotta remember how the fuck to do this. Let's see here. Came up here. I'm guessing... Nope. Right. Right, this is actually a physics puzzle that was actually in the original game as well, which is bizarre to have a Gold Source physics puzzle, because physics are kind of weird in Gold Source. But I played Half-Life Source as well, so that actually has Half-Life 2's physics engine in there. Ah. Yes, shoot holes in the barrel. It's let more air in, please. This week on Half-Life, Gordon Freeman tries to find barrels while being shot at by the U.S. Marines. Huh. Ah, yes, good. Fantastic. And the Marines have started to dynamite fish. People are having worse days than me. Always reassuring. What old cinematography professor I knew. Purely on fundamentals, games and cinema are very similar, almost the same at times. Where they drastically differ is in the execution of the flow of the story or in the actions of the characters, in that they are polar opposites. This is entirely true, because, like we're seeing right now, the only person determining the flow of the action is me. The action may be scripted in place, but I'm the person that has his hands on the play and fast forward and the pause button. So, a movie is fixed in place at a certain speed. A video game, you have to wait for the player to do everything, so it's kind of like waiting on a moron. But you can do certain things and also keep the player for far longer spans of time than, like, 2 hours maximum. Well, 3 hours if you're actually... Depends on who's paying for the movie. But 2 hours mostly right now is the norm. Ah!
100%.
Son of a bitch. So yeah, understanding the differences between, games and movies is kind of paramount, as you might expect, to actually getting it right. And this is where playtesting, like I was saying, this is where Doom Eternal's playtesting shows, because they played the levels. They understand, okay, well, you come into this area, and you kind of sort of have a tendency to look here, and maybe, there's a... Basically, when you look at playtesting, you kind of get to study, especially if you're doing it yourself, you can kind of sit there and examine your own actions. And if those actions are... if they appear concrete enough or consistent enough, you can then build moments off those, instincts or, natural seeming decisions. And then if you work that well well enough in, anyone who plays the game will have those same instincts, and then things that are really cool will seem entirely natural. Even if the player doesn't realize that he's actually doing things to a script, you can kind of account and plan for what the player may or may not do. And those moments where what you want to do as a player in a video game and what the game actually wants you to do, when those link up properly, those are the magical moments that you remember, because it feels real in some cases, or at least it feels very cathartic when that happens. So this is kind of what you want. The player is probably going to be headbanging pretty hard for this, so many don't spawn the second... Wait, what? The player's probably going to be headbanging pretty hard for this, so many don't spawn that second Revenant. Oh, maybe don't spawn that second Revenant too soon. Right, sorry. I've been having an off week, so my reading comprehension is also awful right now. So... my overly literal reading style, it screwed me because someone made a typo. Damn! Ow, 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 ow. There's no way you're sneaking past that. Huh, they made the Anne captured scene both more and less creepy. Okay. I gotta see that, because again, yeah, it might be creepy, but I understand, what the point is, so it doesn't offend me. So, I'm very wary about, Oh! Oh! Oh. Oh. Right, so, let's throw all that modern sensibility right out the fucking window for a moment. That's the Ichthyosaur. I'm fucking terrified of that thing. Remember when I said way back that I had a thing about monsters in what? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Is there any other way around? No. No. Oh, boy. There's a crossbow. I have to go into the thing. I have to go into the shark tank. And then fight the Ichthyosaur. And he's not fucking dead. Because I know he shows up later and you still have to run from it. Great.
Did you see it? They claim it was hauled from the Challenger Deep, but I'm positive that beast hasn't swam in terrestrial waters until a week ago. There is a tranquilizer gun in the shark cage, but I'm not sure it would work on this particular species. You're more than welcome to try your hand.
What's really well done is all they do is pan out a little bit more and it shows you a few harem girls lounging around the room. The creepy part is the BDSM crossbar being in the harem room. Yeah, no, that's entirely normal. I mean, it's creepy to somebody, you know, some people, but no, that's the entire. That was the point. The emotions you're feeling while looking at that. No, that's the. It seems as though that is in fact the entire point of the room, and that's how I felt. You know,
What is that
going through
stench?
it myself. So, that, you know, in kind of a really fucked up way that I don't bat eyelashes at that. Maybe it's because my mind is also in the fucking gutter. But, as I said, you know, with the comment about the leotards and the gymnastics. But, yeah, no, that doesn't seem out of place. But maybe it's because I'm accustomed to artificial video game environments where you just see shit like that just casually. It's weird. The moments you realize you're not actually quite normal in some cases, huh? Then again, I suppose there are a lot of people who are abnormal right now, and those people are the ones usually causing issues. But, here we go! Going into the shark cage! I had an excuse years ago, but I'm 29. I can handle this. Alright, you fuck, let's do this. That away. Ow! Where is it? Oh. Ah! Oh. Well, that was easy. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. And for everything else, there's horse tranquilizers. Oh, actually, heck. I used a rope to traverse a pit. Unfortunately, I don't think I was supposed to do that. But hang on here. Cue Indiana Jones theme. Da 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 da. Da da da. Not enough. Didn't conserve mass enough, or velocity rather. I'd like to. Like that. Okay, fine. Fuck it. Glock's underwater. No, frankly, I think the Glock would probably be the safer gun to fire underwater. Okay, then. I know there's a valve down there. So I'm actually fairly certain I just have to go back down there, while the beast continues to sleep. The way is open. Nope, not a secret, just a spot on the wall. Or floor. Ah. More strange cross... You see, this is one of the weirder weapons in Half-Life. I mean... In the initial context, it starts to make sense, but then finding more ammo for this is kind of weird. The crossbow in Half-Life 2 makes a little bit more sense, because it's a jerry-rig resistance weapon that fires fucking blindingly hot rebar. But, the crossbow is really silly in this game. I heard dialogue for a second, which probably means there are enemies in this area. Ow! Ow! Fuck! I stubbed my toe on the door! It's a very satisfying spring sound. At mag release. That's very well done. Aha! Okay, and small objects stop Vortigaunt magic. Noted. Okay, this room looks like it was ripped right out of fucking Stalker. That's kind of alarming.
That fish in a barrel trick doesn't work too good when the fish has a shotgun, does it?
Right. That kind of complicates the entire thing, doesn't it? And thank you for the $1, Doug. But yeah, this, yeah, no, this looks like a room from fucking Stalker, and that alarms me. Ah! No. No. Jumped over the surprise walkway collapsing and then shot the spawning enemy directly in the face. Yup. On the ball. That's glowing hot. Something tells me I'm supposed to go over there, but Well, that looks safe. Yeah, a ladder I can't climb up, thanks. Even though you totally could climb up that ladder. Oh. That man. Ah! Ah, my eyes! That man. Does he know anything about the reactor? Did he take the graphite? Oh, sure, that's safe. Sure, that's safe. Yeah, just let me just, you know, stretch and limber up here. Yeah, that's safe. Crossbow bolts. I could be using the crowbar to open the boxes. Like, not an idiot, but you know what, fuck it. We got plenty of shotgun ammo. Right? Yeah. Not getting back to there. Vortigern are pretty cool creatures. I have to agree, they're very memorable, and they're a very memorable alien species. I mean, it's kind of blunted because they're enemies in Half-Life 1, but in Half-Life 2 they do a very good job at making them seem like a real thing. Don't get crushed! Okay, good. Yeah, I'll survive. The Portage have learned the glory of bringing extra clips gun reload after each battle royale. Huh. Oh, guns reload after each battle. Oh. Oh, that is a big change. Shit, yeah, no. That is a really big change, because it was gun ammo and also, I can't remember what it's called. SP, I believe? Your, whatchamacallit, your ability power. Those were kind of your gas tank for exploring palaces early on, like, in general. Not just early on, but in general. And it was really fucking restrictive in the beginning stages of the game, because you didn't have any. So, Okay, so that's one thing you don't have to worry about anymore, and it also means that you can care less going full ham against enemies that are weak against guns. Clip size is a lot smaller now. Oh, well, maybe that's the trade-off. Ow! Maybe that's the trade-off, but the guns were almost kind of the nuclear option in some cases while playing Persona. The idea is you want to conserve resources long enough to actually explore the palaces to level more, and it's a JRPG. Even though it looks modern, and people were surprised about how much you need to grind to really make it through the game. Hello, sir.
Gordon Freeman, it is you, isn't it? The science team has been tracking your progress with the Black Mesa security system. Unfortunately, so has the military. That suit of yours is full of tracking devices. Still, it's better than going naked in this place. It's cold in there, so you'll have to hurry. It could sap your suit power in a matter of moments. If you're bent on reaching the Lambda complex, then you'll want to keep to the older industrial areas where the security system is full of holes. It's worked for me, so far.
Yeats melody at Phonto. What? Hibiki, that could be taken several ways. Ow, it's cold. Ow, ow, ow. It is cold. How are you all still fucking alive? These are Combine modified Vortigern, so I suppose they're maybe genetically modified to handle extreme environments better. Okay then. Good, we made it. But yes, as I was saying, Hibiki, that could be taken several ways, because Melody, song, or Project Melody, internet porn star. I'm gonna need clarification for that girl. No, they weren't Combine modded yet. Yeah, they actually are, but I suppose it's just borrowing the model. That rigging that they have on them is actually basically their slave shackle thing. That's what the Vortigern at the beginning of Half-Life 2 in the train station is wearing, and they're kind of using the exact same model. So, technically speaking, they're already under Combine control. Vortigern are assholes in this game because they're basically forced here and they see you likely as a threat. Yes, they do. That is kind of what's going on here. But I was led to believe, in my mind, basically as soon as we started the Resonance Cascade, that immediately kicked off the 7 hours warp. And this is basically, well, first it's an accident, and then the Combine government just kind of looked at the situation and says, hey, there's a lot of portals appearing in this Earth place. We should go over there and conquer it for resources. And this is how it slowly becomes less of an accident and more of a somewhat kinda, concerted effort to take over Earth. And it works. Like, that was hardly a fucking accident. So you see this kind of, this green shackle stuff. That's not natural. So I would assume that these Vortigaunts are already sort of modified and the Combine already have control of their world. Exactly what you are thinking, Phonto. Woman, you're walking a dangerous path here.
Power 75%.
Hey, free real estate. Pretty much, dancing fool. That's kind of how all this shit happens.
I got a message for you. Make sure you don't...
Oh. Well, sorry, I gotta get the jam off my face, but oh great. It's the... it's the very unrealistic, special agents here in, really hot, tight latex suits with infrared vision and insane gymnastic abilities. The enemy that the Half-Life series kind of forgot existed.
Power 90%.
So maybe Hibiki here was kind of an omen here for how things were about to go.
100%.
Zen is where the Vortigaunts ran to escape the Combine. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm not sure. If that's true, then I have been thinking differently, because I was led to believe all these years that Zen is actually the Vortigaunt homeworld. So if I'm wrong, well, I've been wrong for the entire... well, actually, you know, if I'm wrong and incorrect, I could just take those ideas and make my own fucking story with this nonsense, because that's usually how things go. It's kind of like me making up words. If you look at the Spec Ops model, they have long fall boots. Acknowledging Portal, are we? But now I've got to make sure I've got a quick response here for the secret agent ladies, and don't think too hard that these are tranquilizer darts. Really, don't think too hard. I'm using it because it's a sniper rifle, and I may be able to actually get really good instant shots on them. Not for that other thing you might be thinking. Ah! And they're dual-wielding USPs? Yep. Remember, kids, don't think into it. But then again, I suppose, if you think into it just enough, it's like, oh, I'm just knocking them out and not killing them. Right. Oh, hey, look, an Apache. We can use this. Oh. Look, Gordon, an Apache helicopter. We can use this to declare war on the Russians. It's like I'm playing Quake Arena with the way that they're moving around. Fuck. I think I got them all, though. Zen is an interdimensional safe haze, and Black Mesa breached Zen around the time the Combine were invading it, leading to our dimension being invaded. Something like that. I was already going under the... That may be more correct than what I was thinking, but my interpretation was, you know, the Combine had already basically just taken over their entire dimension, including Zen, and then we caused the Resonance Cascade, which was like basically opening a portal in like one of their broom closets, and they just kind of looked around and went, hey, free real estate. Where did the bodies go? Oh. So, yeah, those are in fact long fall boots with, like, like, crisis tier nanomolecular hexagon fucking coating. I can see right through her fucking arm. That looks rather uncomfortable, but, yeah. This was a silly enemy from Half-Life 1, and there were actually if I remember the whatchamacallit, the missing information reconstructions of the Half-Life Beta stuff or Half-Life Alpha stuff, and initially in Half-Life 1 they had a female super combine soldier that was basically just these enemies. That was a cut. Wasn't Crisis 1 getting a redux? I have no idea, but I hope so, because Crisis 1's gameplay is actually really cool. It's just that the engine kind of runs like shit, and then, you know, back in the day that was, oh, well, you just don't have a cool enough computer. And then we go and play MechWarrior Living Legends, and it still runs like shit even on upgraded modern tech. So, you CryEngine 2. Bad times. Good gameplay, bad times. But yeah, this is where things in the original Half-Life got a bit silly. Their guns drop too. But, well, to avoid sounding lewd, that is a very nicely done character model, and I actually like the way the sheen kind of is more reflective in light. So that's a nice touch. But, let's not dwell too much, because people will call me a pervert if I sit and stare at, you know, attractive women in latex suits. Remember, this is government funding. Taxpayer money paid for this. So maybe I should just, you know, enjoy it, because I am, in fact, a tax-paying adult. Oh, ow! Oh, right, you get knocked out here. Right, that comes out of fucking nowhere.
Medical attention.
Nice hit. That's the guy? Yeah.
Even though that doesn't really make any sense, how the fuck did that manage? How did they manage that, really?
Get ahead here.
I should have just hurled grenades inside that entire room.
This guy's heavy.
You'd think they'd take the suit off, too.
Where are we taking this Freeman guy? Top side. Questioning. What the hell for? We got him. Why not just kill him now? And find the body? Hey. What body?
Those laughs are much more memorable in the original game. Purely because kind of the stilted dialogue, the way the dialogue plays in like Gold Source and Half-Life Source, it seems way more cheesy, and it's much more entertaining because of that. But now I've been captured. Oh no! And I'm gonna immediately break out.
Automatic medical systems engaged. Morphine administered.
They threw me in a... Oh, right, it's a trash compactor. So much for fucking questioning, I guess. And now I have no guns. And then the game crashes. Because holy shit, the amount of physics objects that are just jingle-jangling around up in that bitch. My god! But boxes, technology. Wow. Captured for looking looted at a dead girl. Hibiki, as I was saying before I was very abruptly knocked the fuck out by some Marine in around a corner, taxpayer money paid for that bodysuit. So, you know, I am a tax-paying American citizen. So I should be able to take my Trump check and eyeball the sexy ladies in uniform. Is my God-given right as an American. I pay money to keep this shit going. Oh, I think the Spec Ops, yeah, no, now I remember this. The Spec Ops, the CIA is working on itself and shooting Marines in the back of the head. Yes, I opened the tube. But yes, as I was saying, I should be able to do that, but I probably will not be able to get away with it on stream. Only stare just enough to actually establish what it is, but not long enough. Don't linger. People will think I'm creepy. Okay, so there's nothing else over here, so we have to go down the tube. We have to enter the garbage chute. Now that we're done with our Half-Life references and furthering the plot, I think there's a magazine floating in mid... You know, fuck it, it's gone. Surface tension, right? I managed to keep a crowbar! Yeet. So I have one form of defense. Ah! Got him! Wait, did Goon see the lady assassins? Yes, I did see the hot secret agent women in latex suits that I think some parts of Valve want to forget how silly this was. Said lady assassins who don't understand what a sports bra is. No, they have bulletproof vests for that. They have Kevlar sports bras. Yeah. Kevlar with ceramic inserts. Because large jiggles. I was in the middle of combat, so I did not actually get a chance to appraise the jiggle factor. Probably have to go down there. But what's over here? Aside from a man's leg. Nothing! Okay. The jiggles were to distract male enemies, good sir. See, now I'm now I'm thinking about that one clip from that one episode of Victory Gundam, where that actually is the plan to kill the Gundam this week. The villain's plan in Victory Gundam for at least one episode was, oh, hey, the Gundam is being piloted by an adolescent boy. So let's all get down and strip down to our underwear and try to trick the Gundam into, you know, walking into a situation where it'll be killed. He'll be so distracted by his hormones, he won't be able to stop us. But then that's when Tomino pulls a fast one and he actually starts killing them. So... fucking Tomino, man! Then Beam Saber. Yes, then Beam Saber. Remember, Victory Gundam was... Bandai said, Tomino, write something for kids. And then Tomino went, yeah, sure, fam, and wrote Victory Gundam. One day I wish to be that baller to get away with that shit. Okay, residue processing. Not quite the chapter I was thinking. Good, they're distracted by attempting to mate with each other. I have the tactical advantage. Also, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, this looks even more like a fucking, like, a Quake or, you know, early first-person shooter pioneering level, but it's fucking radioactive goo in open air! Guys! Health regulations! It's the Mountain Dew processing plant. Yes, Slurm. It's the Slurm processing plant. Never mind the radiation. Or the people burning to death. That's just normal. We haven't seen the sign yet, but the sign says this job has gone 0 days without accident. That's dangerous. Ow, 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 ow. Okay then. The fire is off, and we are not in impending doom of being exploded by them or burned to death. You want to know something funny about the original Half-Life physics engine? You could fall 160 kilometers into a tiny puddle of coffee and survive. What? I could land on a bloodstain and survive? You see, here is where we pulverize the toxic radioactive waste for, reasons. You see, here at Black Mesa, we have the utmost concerns for quality products, so that we ensure that we produce only the most lethal and toxic radioactive waste in the entire Northern Hemisphere. Son of a bitch. To this end, we don't simply pump radioactive waste out of a reactor and into, barrels for burying 100 feet, 100 miles under the Earth's surface. No. No, what we do is, to increase the lethality and contamination levels, we subject all of our workers to, work environments with very lax protection protocols and regulations about safety. And then we ask them to play with it in puddles, kind of like it's Play-Doh. It really amps up the lethality and, body count. Here at Black Mesa, we know that, where am I going with this? We know that, a safe environment is an inefficient environment. Something like that. Alright, I have to go back here. Son of a... Look! More ropes! You need Christopher Walken to narrate you, Phonto. I'm not very good at live impromptu stuff, and very much less so than right now. I'm actually kind of running on fumes at the moment. So I need a break here. My presentation and, sentence structure and everything about my speech and thought processing for speech. It's kind of fucked at the moment. So I kind of need a bit of a break. My problem is with this job, well, you can make your own hours, but that only means that you should be working for all of those hours. I suppose it's just how I kind of address things, but I suppose in a way that's somewhat of the reason why people like me. I kind of want to think about every stream as a kind of theatrical production. I don't want to phone any of them in. The problem is, well of creativity eventually runs dry. But I hope that the viewers that I have right now, and most of the regulars, and there are a lot of regulars, like me for the attempts at it. I want to hope. It's very Walken-esque. Well, you see, there are very few people like Christopher Walken or I'd say David Bowie in regards to music who can ramble and still sound smart, intelligent, and on point. Christopher Walken is one people who could basically say he's doing, like, say, whatchamacallit, a live reading of a book, and at the end of the live reading, he can reveal that the book he was holding and reading from doesn't have anything on it, and he's just making shit up. He could get away with it. David Bowie can also ramble, or could ramble, with very, 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 very little sort of coherency about, speech structure and pacing, and still sound musically on point. There are some people who could do that. I don't know if I'm one of those people, and I'm probably not. But I like to think I have my moments. Ah! Okay, it's burning. The toxic waste is burning in the air vents. I can almost hear Dr. Coomer. I'm not sure, you see, that's the thing. I stopped watching the Half-Life VR with sentient AI basically right at the point where we stopped before. So I haven't actually seen them go through this section, but I can almost hear Dr. Coomer start fucking rambling about the safety protocols and everything that's going on. I swear to God, that series came out of nowhere, but it's actually amazing, and if Dr. Coomer's voice actor is doing all of the things that he is doing purely on just normal voice acting, the man deserves an award. But it's probably somewhat of a combination of actual speech and a soundboard. But if he's doing that all on his own, best acting, 2020, Dr. Coomer. Nope. Shit. Alright, I only have the Glock. Fuck. Oh no, I'm no longer cool. It's no longer a power fantasy. Ah! Look at it this way, at least you can sound coherent when you try to. Me, on the other hand, I never sound coherent. I talk like Paper Mario after being shoved through Google Translate a lot. Well, the text helps, and that's mostly how I talk to you, Diabeto, but yeah, no, sometimes it doesn't really work out, and I kind of cringe inwardly every time I have my pacing falter. The thing is, I know how I like to think that I know, I should say. I like to think that I know how I should sound in this role as streamer and showman. It's more or less what I expect, since I live inside my own head and everyone lives inside their own head, so their own expectations do not necessarily match up with everyone else's taste. So I know what kind of entertainer I want to be, and I want to believe that that is what other people want to see out of me. So that kind of helps me put together a way of carrying my speech. It's not quite acting, but it is kind of acting, because this is all live and I don't have a script. I'd probably sound way better if I had a script. But it's something I kind of had to force myself into doing too, and sometimes you can tell. But I feel like if I were to just sit here being entirely natural about the proceedings and just playing a video game where other people are seeing me, yeah, I wouldn't be entertaining enough to stand out in thousands to millions of people who typically stream. So I do try to make myself stand out, it just doesn't always work because I'm not actually really a great public speaker. I'm actually really awful. I've had pretty bad anxiety since I was a kid about public speaking. Made worse by certain events in my childhood. Certain asshole teachers. It would appear that we are processing the toxic waste into a mineral-rich slurry. It's kind of what it looks almost like concrete. I think they're trying to process it back into fuel for other reactors. Which is what real plants do. I suppose, but that's gotta have some diminishing returns. Don't mind me just doing an insane balancing act there. Oop, well, nope. Oh well. I had to come down here anyway, I think. Oh no. Oh no. I have to jump in the... Oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. I have to jump into that. I think, anyway, because I didn't see a door with a knob on it. But well, here goes nothing. Ew. Ew. That's a That is a very large rotating death machine. Huh. And now we put the mineral-rich slurry through a very rigorous, burning it. Lighting the surface on fire. It removes impurities, so you can get at the really, really virulent strains of contamination. No. Okay, so... Where am I supposed to go? I don't think I went this way. No. Is there an air vent? Or perhaps I have to jump back into the slip. I have to jump back into the slip. That's probably what I have to do. Yes. Yes. I have to jump back into the mineral-rich slurry and make my way down here. Probably. Maybe, sorta. Yes, that way. Okay, same area. Boy, that upper body strength on me. Wow. No, I did not appear to have to come this way. Okay, well, where does this all go? Well, I can't go back there. Alright, so what the hell? Okay, maybe I do have to go that way. Oh. Right, this is the burning pits. The burning pits are bad. However, if you stay below the surface... I should survive? Yes? No? Unfortunately, now there is no way out of here. That isn't running straight into the fucking meat grinder. But actually, there seems to be... There seems to be a way through. This is all very confusing. Well, I'm going backwards. There's at least, you know, a dead guy with some stuff here. Well, his leg. An MP5, satchel charges, good. None of this is up to code. You could say it's obviously designed to go horribly wrong. That's kind of a funny thing to think about, I suppose. Imagine a situation where a facility is designed essentially by people knowing what's, you know, is designed to be awful and fuck up. Essentially creating, or rather, fulfilling some kind of prophecy, I would say. But then again, I suppose the joke would be at that point at how not up to code anything is. It's almost like they want something bad to happen, and big reveal, something actually bad happens. Ah!
Detected.
A preloaded liquid acid. You will not be able to use a blood spatters. It's just a texture. Right. So basically, you would need to have a puddle, or rather a very low water level. So I understand that. That's silly. That's old video games. They have really funny inconsistencies like that. Those are both dead. Okay. And here we have the production line that has the toxic shavings. I thought I had a grenade, and I don't. Well, I do have a grenade, but not a rifle grenade. Dead. And that reminds me, I'm running into bull squids quite a lot here, and it just the thing it does to me is remind me, yeah, no, bull squids don't really exist anymore in terms of Half-Life games. I wonder if they're still technically there, canonically, but we never ran into them in Half-Life 2 in any of the episodes, or did we hunt the entire bull squid population to extinction?
Deeply.
Though, granted, antlions basically take up its memes. Especially this one, which is using, funnily enough, antlion worker acid spit fucking code. So that's basically just an antlion worker from episode 2 with a new model. So where do I go, though? I'm confused. In deep lore, bull squids were killed off for food and by the antlions. Okay. They may have gone extinct. And that led me back exactly where I was. No better. Wow, okay. Alright, this is stupid. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? Went up here, did this thing. I suppose I have to jump in there now. Oh. Right, because the horrible grinding thing is now gone. I don't think you can jump up from there into here, but you might have been able to. Alright, so since I'm not going to get fucking gutted, off we go. What's in that? I've seen that prop for, since forever. It looks like someone tried to make meth in a fucking soda bottle. That is a vanilla Half-Life 2 prop, and I've always wondered, what the fuck is in that bottle? Or do I really even want to know? And why is this ladder here? There's nothing down here. I guess just in case you fell off, but there's nothing down here. Okay, so now we enter the Singularity engine here. Ooh! And then immediately get hit in the head. Ow. That didn't even look like it was going that fast. That looks like I had that, but apparently not. Maybe if I jump over the top something. Nope. A new and interesting way to die, even though that probably wouldn't kill me. It didn't look like it had nearly enough force going back up to crush me. fucking piston puzzles. Oh! Hesitated. God damn it. I thought I wanted to go, and I should have actually gone, but then I thought, wait, maybe I shouldn't go, and then I got crushed. Again. Ah! You see, again, with music that feels kind of really out of place coming out of nowhere. I think maybe part of the problem with the music is that it's so strangely rare in cases. Oh. Because you'll go on for like 20-30 minutes at a time and having no music at all, and suddenly you'll have a track like that come out of nowhere. Who put this mine in here? I wonder if I should blow it up. And see if there's anything back here. If I can actually... Who's done this? Why would you do that? You can't actually even get in there. Wait. Ha! 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 Yes! Yes! Go! That goes absolutely fucking nowhere. Wow. Or maybe I have to open that path somehow. Let's not fall into the augers again. Well, for the first time. I didn't fall into the second time. Let's not make it actually happen this time. Okay, over here. And then we go this way. Hey look, a door that actually fucking opens. Wow, it's been a while. Use caution on the stairs. Stairs? Wow, what a luxury. Here I am hopping down on fucking conveyor belts. I have to hold it down. I think that's about where I needed to... Yes? Question mark? Eh? To what end am I supposed to actually use this? Oh. I did not actually notice the switch. I was thinking, well, that's a platform I need to use to jump onto something, but where the fuck is the thing I'm supposed to miss the switch? Ah, milk.
Power 90%.
More time on the conveyor belts of shit. How hot? Fuck it, whatever. I can deal with third-degree burns. I'll just file for workman's comp.
Power level is 100%.
Anything in the box? No. So when did I pick up? I didn't notice picking up the 357. But okay, so I'm here now. Why am I here, video game? Why is there a path down here, video game? What is there to find? Aside from another jumping puzzle, it kind of looks like. I think I have been rused. I think this is here just in case you fall off and then somehow survive. Ah. 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 Oh, duh. Well, I done goofed. What's through here? Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that at all. Ha! Ah! Magic pixel! Except that's an invisible wall and I can't actually get on that. How the fuck? Can I? Oh, okay. That was strange. Actually, yeah, what the? There's like a tiny wall there on either side. That's weird. I think that's supposed to be an invisible wall to stop you from getting on that. It doesn't quite work, though. Well, clearly this man didn't attempt to board up this room or anything for any important reason, right? I think that man killed himself with a power gun. Why do they have a box smashing room? Well, you see, this facility takes in a lot of crap. Really, a lot of useless crap, and we don't actually have time to sit and open each individual box. So we've expedited the process by just piping the package deliveries from the loading bay directly into a trash compactor. This way, we process way more crap on a daily basis. And yes, environmental storytelling. My favorite meme. Dead bodies everywhere. Well, how did they get here? Random clues hint that things went bad. And then you are brought to consider your own mortality for a brief moment before going on to the next room in the next shooting segment or jumping puzzle. Yes, but the contents though. Those boxes weren't. They didn't have anything important. It's government regulations. We have to take in a set number of packages every. We're back at the beginning. Fuck this place. But as I was saying, we have to take in a set number of packages every so often. Government regulations. Doesn't matter what's in them. We just have to take deliveries. Keeps the boys in USPS in business. See, now I have no idea where we're going aside from back around in a fucking circle. Yes, this is this room. Wait, hang on. I didn't go down here. Ah. Pull. Ah. Is there anything down here? No, it's just another door that doesn't have a fucking doorknob. Or one of those, well, minimalist doors that the lock is the doorknob. This is probably one of the most confusing levels I have ever been through. And now we have to run back into the burning machine. Because that makes sense. I was going to get burned anyway. Okay, so now we're back over here. And the only way we didn't really go is this direction. Probably. That door also does not have a lock on it, but this looks like a... No. This way, question mark? Trust me, this level is straightforward due to Zen. Well, Zen has a lot of anti-gravity bullshit I'm expecting. Okay, so now we're back here with the don't shove your arms inside the android girls sign. That I remember. Right, so what if we go over here? And then, oh! Oh. Quaint. Great. High radiation area, they say. Gee, I wonder. That is actually just, that's just piping meat in here. I seem to have made progress. Yep, there's the green. More ropes. Fucking barnacles, man. Oh, good, an armory. Okay, 357 ammo, plenty of it. Magazines, shotgun shells. I don't have a shotgun. I may have missed it back there. It was there, which is rather unfortunate, but I suppose we'll find we'll find Spas again someday. We will meet again, I am sure. That was confusing as all hell. Jesus. Excuse me as I take a moment to stay hydrated. I hear hound eyes.
Per your employment contract here at Black Mesa, it is our proud duty to inform you that you will receive no workman's compensation should you experience any of the following: third-degree burns, lacerations, evisceration, annihilation, possession by extra-dimensional beings, fractures of your bones, acute radiation sickness, mutations from handling toxic waste, loss of limb from any form of life or equipment. Thank you for working at Black Mesa. Have a good day. PJ Salt 100.
Thank you for the 100 grams of salt, Hezerin. And yes, yeah, Black Mesa just doesn't care. This is a corporation designed to just eat people, it seems? Kind of a horrifying thing to consider, but that's kind of what it seems like it is. Like, see, there's an idea. A corporation that's actually set up like a, atypical corporation, but with horrible working conditions. But the horrible working conditions are actually on purpose, because what they're trying to do is trying to, I don't know, mass harvest cadavers or something. They want dead people. And biological contaminants. So they're just killing their employees every day. And just disguising it as a poor working condition, so no one bats an eyelash. Or in a Chronica doll factory. People have done this idea. This is a meme that you could work on. This looks like a door that's taken straight from Half-Life 1. Also, wait a second. Wait. these kennels. They seem designed or were containing hound eyes, but that would mean that we had hound eyes here before... Surprise, they had Zen creatures the whole time. Yes, and they've also been sending employees to their deaths in Zen. We will find some of the poor bastards. But yes! Yeah, no, they were wow. That's some luck. Yes, we will find out that, yeah, no, the game's rigged from the start, kid. And we had stable access to Zen the entire time, somehow. The problem is, oh. Good. As was hinted at with the Ichthyosaur and now these Hound Eye cages. Yeah, no, there's some fucked up shit going on here. So what was the actual point of the experiment Gordon was involved in? It was using a crystal from Zen, and they were attempting to examine it and study it somehow for some kind of reading, but episode 2 with Eli hinting that, no, G-Man's real and other people can see him too, the experiment didn't seem to actually have any real goals other than actually causing the resonance casting. But I don't think any in the science team or Dr. Breen himself realized this. They were attempting to take some readings from that crystal. I have no idea what the fuck they were doing, though. I'm not sure how that would help them. Maybe they were attempting to use a portal. They're attempting to use the crystal as a to create a more efficient form of portal to Zen. Because as Portal established, Black Mesa and Aperture Science were in competition for funding, and the thing of the day was teleportation technology. So, they may have just been attempting to use it to find, to continue perfecting mass teleportation. Well, of course other people could see him. Didn't you hear him incomprehensibly babble to Inaudible Mumbler? Dr. Inaudible Mumbler? Yes, there is that. He does talk to people, but he can kind of just appear and not on occasion. But I'm not exactly sure... The G-Man's an interesting character, because we don't really know very much about him right now, but he seems to be... Yes, he is under the employment of some third party in all of this, and then possibly working with the Combine, but on a contractual basis? He's basically our fucking Ocelot, though. So he looks like he's actually doing this for his own personal gain, but we don't exactly know who all the parties are involved here for the double, triple dog crossing shit that he's pulling. And as we saw with Gordon Freeman and Adrian Shepard, he collects people who are good at surviving to kind of just throw in the middle of things and cause a bit of chaos. Questionable ethics. Oh, you don't fucking say! More deep lore. G-Man is one of a race of ant Combine that are just as bad as Combine. So, hello, new boss, same as the old boss. Right. Yeah, there's something going on here. There's a galactic game of politics going on here that we have no idea how it works. Because we don't necessarily know who all the players are. The only ones we know are the Combine, and we were suitably, well, fucking them up. The humans and Vortigons are minor players in this. We're just kind of... Oh. 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 Is that what they did to the brutes? Oh. Well, it would seem as though we are playing Resident Evil 2 early. I forgot about the brutes. Alien grunt. Yeah, something like that, but I just called them brutes. But yeah, that's basically an armored Vortigaunt, I believe, and that's that might be the result of Combine influence. I am not sure. I don't think Black Mesa was responsible for this. They got rid of his armor, though. Wait, early? Are you planning to plan on playing one of the Resident Evil games? Well, I already played the remaster of 1, but unfortunately that VOD got eaten and I didn't save it. 2 and 3 are hot commodities. I might get to them, but, oh. And then fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm starts playing. Ha ha ha! I'm a horrible monster! But you know, it's all fine, dandy, and okay. Because it wasn't human, and therefore, he didn't sign the treaties. So he's not actually, you know, within rights to actually complain about war crimes. Clearly. And also, what part of this is... Superbus via in-skinned... It's blurry, but that's phony. I can read that. That's Latin for something, something, something. Everything we're doing is right. Biodome Complex Lab announcements. Toxicology report to administration for lab research progress update. Dr. N. Ayers. The specimen for today's work is ready for collection from aquatics. Dr. L. Tart. Your requested records are ready. Well, fuck. Okay, test these reports, administrator first thing. Dr. Foreman, that's not me. Employees, we are aware of reports of the system errors within the Black Mesa Research Facility. Facility. Work is being carried out to resolve them as quickly as possible. Supremacy through science. Thank you, Diabeto. But, yeah, nah, this is the Umbrella Corporation part of the facility, apparently, but it's a nice soothing blue, isn't it? It's quite nice, isn't it? It's somewhat relaxing. It's just that horrible things are done here. With things that don't exist. By the Emperor, what foul heresy is going on in these walls? Behind these walls, very, very heretical things are taking place. Biodome facility. I'm not sure who we are. Okay, what's EL? Huh? Huh. Oh. You are here. Amazing. Administration canteen micro-optronic necropsy. Oh! Well, that must be my department then. That's the necromancy department. That's the dead things department. Exoskeletal osteopathics, xenoflora, minor xenos, EHT chamber, aux generator. Okay, elevator, maintenance, security, decontamination, conference room, aquatics lab, control, cryogenics, autopsy, once again, the dead people room, disposal, special treatment. Special treatment. CES chamber, holding pens, databank. It's the Latin phrase used by the Italians during World War II in their less than ethical experiments under German supervision. Ah, yes, that's how you know everything's going to be absolutely fine, dandy, and totally unethical. German observation. Yes. Boy, they're fucking eager. They didn't even see me. Well, there's the crossbow again. I thought the yellow stripe for his pants was his intestines falling out of his chest, but apparently not. It's a bull squid. So, yes, now we get to the part where we're realizing, oh, wait. Something's going on here. I don't think any of this was a surprise to people. I think we knew more than I was told. But yes, okay, so, seems to be predatory, attacking other creatures within habitats, spits similar corrosive substance to swarms, but, in gel form? Unusual marking similar to leopards, camouflage for localized habitat? Hey, I'm reading your fucking file. Shut up in there. That... Like a reptilian theropod... Bone squid? Bull squid? Boeing? Boo-in? But yes, bull squid. Amazing. And this is where we get to the real heart of the science here, where we find interesting things, and then we cut them open to see how they work. Bovine? Okay, bovine. So the special edition hands you Doc Persona in your compendium. They are complete BS. Bovine squid, bull squid. Alright. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to open this door, but, Alright, it appears to have, most of its vital organs in its midsection. 2 very large lungs. Interesting. Very, very interesting. A lot of science going on in here, clearly. What they were doing with any of this shit, I have no idea. So let's see here. Door release. No. Fire. Emergency Tesla discharge. Hey! So, what you're saying here is your emergency quarantine system is basically just coating the entire laboratory and everything in it in high voltage electricity. Wow. Yeah, no, this facility is, just, a fucking mess, isn't it? Science! Science! I realized about the crossbow in Half-Life 2. The reasons that the UI icon is so different from the actual weapon model is because the Half-Life 2 crossbow was homemade and therefore wouldn't exist in the HEV suits database. This is entirely true. I suppose that's a thing, but, you know, well, that may be just them... That may be giving them too much credit in certain areas. That may just be, you're imagining things, I guess, and hey, look, it's the decontamination room. Well, the decontamination area that they basically wholesale copy-paste for Half-Life 2. Could actually be a reused asset. Don't know why I brought it up. Half-Life, I guess. Well, all Half-Life related things are fair game right now. Tesla discharge is a real thing. It means using an electrostatic-induced plasma plus the use of flash heating to kill everything without melting or damaging items. I find that kind of hard to believe, but I'm pretty sure all the paperwork in the vicinity would be immediately burned, but, Dale, Allen, Ayers, Ryman. None of these open. Dead man. Dead man. Well, this all went to hell, didn't it? Also, yes. Wait, we're in a bathroom. Wait! Obviously, we're gonna raid the unethical biolab for toilet paper. Clearly. Oh. I was going to check for survivors, guys. Or anything. Yeah. They have to treat me like a child, even though we're in a first-person shooter. Right. I was half expecting to open the door and then have the female spec ops soldiers just kind of fly out of nowhere and try and kill me. Oh, look. Donuts. Generic confections. Wow. Great value. Erwin R.J.A. Schrodinger, Quantum Mechanics. 1887 to 1961. That's a very, very long time for a cat. But hey, look. Schrodinger. Plasma pulse will burn fabric, paper, and organic matter, but metal, glass, and plastic will be fine. Interesting. Good news, Bible? Right. Yeah, that's totally great unanswered questions. Hang on here. Great unanswered questions. Advanced math formulas and application. Standard unit conversion charts. A look at human-computer interactions. Great unanswered questions again. Personal diary, 2000 to 2011. The Big Book for Scientists. Standard conversion charts again. The Diary of Dr. S. Godwin. Okay, Goodwin. Advanced math and formulas. Accounts. The Big Yellow Book of Useful Scientific Words and I'm guessing phrases. Lab Activity Report, number 43, day 431. Yes, the Bible. That, guys, that's... Why would you frame that in here? Guys, this is the break room. Because, yeah, yes, we totally, while we're in the break room, getting our coffee and getting some donuts, we totally want to come over here and see the x-ray of that fucking alien we totally, dissected. Big moment for science. This must be a necromancer lab. Clearly. Do not record over. Actually, this is just a giant stack of... A VCR! Damn! Alright, we got toilet paper and a VCR back. Man! We're fucking living. I gotta be very careful about this, though. Ah! Come along. This isn't going to work. Let's see if I can actually get any pizza. Okay, nope. Hey! Alright, this one I'm taking.
Hey, buddy.
No, you can't have it.
It ain't no good up there. It's all sealed off. The only way out would be to find someone with scanner access who can open the front door. I'm pretty sure there's a few scientists hiding out somewhere in the labs. Maybe with the both of us looking, we can track them down and get them to let us out of here.
Okay, we can negotiate with them by offering them pizza, but never actually giving them pizza. This is my pizza. You can't fucking... Whoa. Wow. Damn. Wait, hang on here. What? Coca-Cola? Alpine Hue? Alpine Hue. Nice. and rooted grape, which is actually somewhat original and totally not Fanta. These ones, you know what's going on there. It was their pizza. It's my fucking pizza now. Actually, it was the pizza of these two dead guys, and I stole it. I've claimed it now. It's salvage rights. Doesn't matter if it's cold. Cold pizza's still good.
So Goon, as someone stated earlier, when you killed that Xeno, you straight up went the Jerry path.
The Jerry path? I know you can I know he can kind of bust out of there, I think, but I can't. I think it's kind of optional for, you know, you to gas it or not. But thanks for the $1, Tasman. Clearly, you're helping to fund totally ethical research, as long as it actually involves humans. Aliens are an entirely different story. Dead man. Bible. German path gassing. Oh, right. Jerry's isn't German. Off-color jokes. Nah, man. It wasn't Germans. It was Alcatraz. Alcatraz actually did have a gas chamber for a while. That was a form of, you know, capital punishment that we did in fact employ, but we got rid of it. You know, for humane/bad times. Wow, look at these guys here. Look at how great they are. Look at their their name plaque boards are fucking humongous in comparison to their cubicles. Wow. It's almost like it's a physical representation of their egos. Wow. The name Toblerones, or tombstones in this case. Okay, there's nothing over here, but I'm going back to get my fucking pizza. Oh. Well. Better get that 1%, because, you know, obviously, the questionably ethical medical lab is totally going to have actually the best medical equipment possible, for humans at least. That's what they're trying to do. They're killing other things so that humans may live longer, more happy, productive lives. Someone's got to get...
What's that sign say?
You know, I sounded about as intelligent as that Marine about 5 minutes ago, so I'm not gonna say anything. Ah! You're not getting my fucking pizza, Marines. Stop shooting through fucking walls. And they're not dead. They're totally not dead. It's just horse tranquilizer. That doesn't sound good. I think they've let the Harriers out. And hey, look, a Spaz. She'll totally come with us. We'll actually give Spaz pizza. Okay, so this is the, it's the door we need to open. We need to go into the labs and find some scientists, though. We need nerd eyeballs with clearance. I get a feeling that Sat 8 made that pizza. The Italians are here. But then again, they were always here because the Spaz is also an Italian gun. But is there anything else in here before I leave my pizza unattended? No, nothing in here. Wow, why do they give these guys crossbows? Why do they all run for the crossbows? Edit. Guys? Why, What's with the recon photos? Why is that there? Why are there aerial reconnaissance photos of what looks like a military or civilian airstrip? In what's going on here? Well, you see, that's the thing. Kodos, they apparently didn't eat any. So that's how you know they weren't poisoned by the pizza, because it's a whole pizza. Nobody took any slices of it. But, level 2... I better close the box here. Oh. Ooh. Pizza, you wait here. Wear protective lab equipment. Handle material with care. Do not ingest. Wash your hands. Dang it! Alright, so, dead. Black Mesa, June 1990... Actually, that's probably an 8. That looks like more like an 8. Look at all these cool guys doing cool guy things. Yeah. Yeah. Just a normal day in the neighborhood here in the xenobiology lab. Ah. Clearly, I need to do that, obviously. Let's push all of the buttons and see what happens. Nothing happens. Okay, this is reading off elements and levels of... 23% argon. Well, it's noble in here. No. No. I think the Vortigaunt ran for cover. PhD in button pushing. Yep. I happen to be a troubleshooter. The first task is push the button. Did the button work? Yes? There's no problem. No? Find out what stopped the button from working. What the fuck was that? Also, Vortigaunt bits. Okay, so, What? Sharpen spiky? What? Unknown material, collar, equity and temporal lobe, drain. I can barely fucking read this. It's also words that I don't typically fucking see, but it's the eyeballs. Looking at the eyeballs. And yes, so they were in fact studying the corona. In the eyeballs. So, Okay. That's the hound. Hey! Okay, I may not be good on memes, but that's the fish. That's a Doom reference. Or rather, a Commander Keen reference. Which I am very uncultured and know nothing of, but I know how to spot it. None of these seem to work at all. Moving on. So, how's it floating there like that? I mean, it probably is because it's leaking, but... Oh. Jesus! Okay, you know what? Okay then. Job done there. That doesn't sound good. I'm just gonna go this way. I'm gonna go this way. Oh, good. That's where our pizza is. Fantastic. Our pizza's still here. Yep. One of them got loose. I knew it was one of the grunts, and yeah, it's cold in here. Oh, ah! Fucker. Okay, so that's what they look like in heavy armor, and this is where there's a skull on it, by the looks of that. This is about where I expected this is where you can kind of see the Combine influence there, possibly, since they basically did that to humans, or started to do that to humans in Half-Life 2. So, I think those may or may not be Combine troops. I think. This is where I would start to believe these things are actually happening. One thing I'm just more disappointed is that the Marines do not have the flatline noise the Combine troopers have in 2. Oh! It is kind of satisfying in a way to hear, the pulse flatline. As horrible as it is, but you get used to it after a while and you start to expect it. And when you can't fucking hear it anymore, it's kind of weird, don't you think? Ah! My pizza! Hang on, wait a second. Wait. Bulletproof pizza! Oh, what? The pizza is bulletproof. Yes, good. However, I think it's ruined now. Oh, well I could have ran up here and pushed the button, killed everything in there, but oh well. I, in fact, also did not order buckshot in my pizza. But I think this pizza must be made of plastic. No pizza acts like this. I can't even get it out. This may have been some elaborate office joke. But it's not pizza, it's not edible, therefore I no longer care. Hello, once again a room that looks like it's ripped from Stalker. I'm totally not gonna fight a pseudo-giant here or any thing. That don't work. I hear the sharpening of knives and the movement of rotors. Servos. Yeah, yeah. Jesus Christ, how horrifying. Yikes. Why would he even have something that can do something like that? I mean, yeah, sure, an autopsy machine, or a third party, or like a controllable one, but Jesus Christ. And yes, the operating theater. Very heretical things happening today. Dead. Level 3 biohazard, huh? Also dead. We're getting to the point here, but those are furnaces. Ah! Gray matter propulsion. Yes, and this is where we get rid of the bodies, so there's no evidence. You know, starting to get to the point where some of these people who are working here may or may not have deserved this. I really don't want to go in there, but I know I'm going to be forced in there at some point. So it looks like the only way forward is this way. Dead. Dead. Oh. They seem to have created an aquarium. So what do you think? Dissection or vivisection? Ask me later. I need to actually look up the actual term, the actual definitions of those terms. Since, to me, those are kind of the words that I hear a lot, but I don't actually know what the scientific definition of both of them is. In my head, they're kind of interchangeable. But that's because I'm an ignorant man. Actually, we were here before, weren't we? We got the crossbow here. Okay, that's a locked door. Dissection is cutting things apart, cutting dead things apart. Vivisection is cutting them up while they're still alive to see how stuff works. Well, obviously, vivisection is horrifying, but there may have to be a need for that. And as distasteful as it is, it's scientific progress, because if we know how things work, we're better at putting them back together. Oh, these fuckers. He's adorable, isn't he? I forget what this does, though. Aside from being a decoy. Ah! Ah! He was cute until we let him have his own free will. Then, quite like God to mankind, we were disappointed. Ow! No, you fool! Alright, you aliens can't be trusted. None of you can be trusted. Well, yes, our tabletop electric fans, clearly our best weapon against the tiny but adorable alien threat. Experiment gas feed. Where's the gas? Gotta be in here somewhere. Yes! Here's the gas. Cyanogen chloride. Huh. Gas, gas, gas. I'm gonna release the gas and kill everything in there. Sleepy time for head crabs. I don't think that's sleepy time. Can I turn the gas off now, please? Where's the ventilation? I may have contaminated the entire lab. I may have caused a bit of a whoops. I can't even get in there now. Well, I guess it's all contaminated. But whatever, less problems. Probably. I could have gotten more decoys in there, but those things can't be fucking broken. No. Well, they're stuttering the tentacles. Load. But scientifically necessary. Cyanogen chloride is classed as a full-blown chemical weapon. Yep. No funding spared here. Gotta go this way, it seems. Locked. Ooh. Yep. He's been slimed! Whoa, and that guy firing RPGs indoors. Marines. Not just another day on the job here.
Power level is 100%.
Yes, it's the laser puzzle thing. We might be close to the gluon gun as well. Actually, I think that's in the Lambda complex. This is a biological facility. You wouldn't have that in here.
Why aren't we using this thing?
No, that's the gluon gun.
Don't let it overcharge.
What do you mean overcharged?
Yep. Where's the gluon gun? Comedy. The power on is the classic Doom opening door sound effect. Okay. Or the towel cannon. Wait, no. Actually, no. The gluon gun is it's the radiation hose. Right, that's the gluon gun. Again, the song. Hey! Neat! I'm just gonna... No. Oh, I can't pick it up. Damn it, it's glued to the desk. Wow. Whoever made this is actually pretty good at scale models. Wow, that's actually very well done. Damn. Look at that weathering. It's so real. They just threw these musical stings in wherever and whenever, willy-nilly. Yeah, that's kind of the flaw of Half-Life's music. It's just kind of... It's there. It's nice music in some cases, but it almost never fits the moment. It just kind of comes out of fucking nowhere. And most of the game is you walking around in dead silence, which creates an atmosphere all its own, but when you throw random music like that into it, especially when it's as energetic as it is, things just kind of feel weird and not entirely correct. Okay, so I have to hook all the laser things up and blow a hole in the fucking wall. Yes, I know you can charge it too. Laser on. Here's hoping we don't run into another Marine who's trying to hide inside a fucking box. But yes, this is the Tau cannon, otherwise known as the gun on the Half-Life 2 buggy, which also has infinite ammo. Not here, though. Well, there's that. Nope, didn't work. Probably be a little bit less efficient, well, more efficient about that. Also, that's another thing that surprised you about Half-Life 1. There are actually a whole lot more weapons that you would actually use. Which is, it's surprising when you go back through, because then you have you have things like the Tau cannon and the gluon gun later on, and then the weird fucking alien grunt like blaster thing, or like hornet gun. Most of those guns still actually exist in Half-Life 2, but they were put into really different roles. Like the Tau cannon's mounted on the buggy, but I'm fairly certain the gluon gun was just forgotten about and deleted. Mainly because it's a gun that produces radioactive particles. You wouldn't be able to handle you wouldn't be able to make that anywhere else. Okay, Auxiliary 2. Where is Auxiliary 2? Wait. Oh, wait. Okay, so this is Lab 1. I must have walked past it. This is Lab 2. Oh, yes, I didn't actually turn on the switch in here because I was too, fucking entertained with the laser cannon. There it is. Go me, walking into rooms and completely forgetting things. Alright. Fire the weapon! I have made whoops. Completely eviscerated the target. However, yes, I have made a whoops. I need to make the site less safe. Good. Now fire the weapon and clear me a path. Excellent. I'm not exactly sure what this weapon was for, but clearly it was probably something about vaporizing Soviet tanks. Yes, clearly. Clearly this has something to do with killing Soviets, and therefore was totally worth its funding. Yes. That would not be safe to walk through. Well, good thing I'm just amazing. This is actually the incinerator room. That's rather strange. Loading screen as I probably break my legs. No, okay, we're good. Alright, furnace. Other furnace. Ah! These chuckle fucks.
A fellow scientist.
Oh, thank God.
Get us out of here before those military drones figure out where we're hiding. We all have retinal scanner access. If you escort us to the lobby, we can finally get out of this damn lab. Yes, but you'll have to shut down the surgical unit first. That fool Peters switched it on. But I'm afraid he never made it back.
Trigger discipline, I almost slapped my mouse against... Actually, I did slap my mouse against the keyboard, so I accidentally probably would have shot someone in the face here, but thankfully the game stopped me from doing that. And that is a brain. That's a human brain. What do you... That's a heart. What do you... That's not a human heart, though, most likely. That's not human. But those... What the fuck are you guys doing?
Be careful with that surgical machine. Those whirling blades can dismember and disembowel you like...
I didn't let him finish that sentence. Okay, so... Right. It's random, really. Okay, I'm safe here. Good.
Yes! Fantastic.
Quick save. Nah.
This way.
Nah, fam. Nah. I got this. I can handle this. None of you are getting pizza, by the way. And, lady, I know you're excited, most likely, but, please,
Wait! Wait! What? What is it? Anyone else think this was a bit too easy? Something's not right. Gordon, you don't mind taking a look, do you?
Let's
stay here for a moment.
I was going to suggest this, obviously. But yes, I killed everyone in the facility before I found you. So, please. Ooh. That is an osprey. Well, they're sending a coffin to come kill us. Well. That's incredibly loud. Probably one of the times the music is actually on point. Then. Yeah, there you go. That's actually how you're supposed to use your soundtrack, Half-Life. Good, you see, it can do it. It's just that it's mostly fucking random.
Look what you did!
I
Can't believe what you did!
I completely obliterated them and pitched man-to-man. There are the Harriers, though.
It's hell out there.
The facility must be under complete military control.
You'll have to sneak and fight your way from one end to the other. I don't expect you'll meet many of our peers along the way.
If you somehow survive long enough to make it across the base, you'll find the labs where the rest of the science team has taken shelter.
I couldn't dare risk venturing out there, but I can inform those of us who remain in the Lambda complex that you are coming.
Right.
Now, don't go running pell-mell into this bloody war zone. Even with that suit, the odds are stacked against you. If you simply stay out of sight and listen to me, you may just live to see the Lambda labs.
Let me just top her off here. Right. Well, now we have to run across the surface in the middle of the fully funded military war machine that is.
Gordon, maybe if you.
Wow, that guy lasted exactly like what, 5 seconds after the door opened. That's impressively, actually, really bad survival rates. Good God, you shouldn't stay inside. Wow, nice. Whoa! Yeah, no, those are just auto cards. But yes, he probably should have stayed inside. There are Marines out here, and Marines are, well, a difficult proposition, but these ones are coked up on fucking combat stims, and they can't find their damn crayons, so they're extra dangerous. Ammo. this? Like... Thank you. Fucking goddamn piece of shit. Well, that one's apparently still active, but no, I cannot use the tow launcher on top of the Humvee. Oh, well, what a shame. Business as usual, as I'm seeing out here, for it being horribly suicidal, and yeah, the odds are, in fact, stacked against me. One man in pseudo-power armor versus the entire, well, not the entire U.S. military, but a large contingent of it. Anything back here? No. Huh. Hydroelectric... Ah, yes, the dam. That's the 50. That's a man on a 50. You!
I'm throwing a grenade!
Cause some distractions there to actually help me out there. Okay. There's actually nothing in here of any value. Great. Soda. However, unfortunately, I'm not getting it. Ow! There we go. Where are my damn decoys? Useless fucking alien buggers. Can't get to that. Okay, so... unless there's a switch in... I saw the fucking silhouette. Fucker. There goes all my armor. Unless there's a button in here. I'm not seeing... Nope. Okay, we go down the chute. Running out of health here. I could have sped run the area, but oh well. Okay, so good. Health. Open. Loading screen. You get 1 HP per soda you drink. 1 HP, huh? I saw my health recover, but I didn't know exactly how much it does. And now it's surface tension. Surprise! Remember, kids, chaos only affects the people in charge. If you don't actually have control of the situation, chaos can only help you.
Power 15%. Power 30%.
Not exactly fantastic, but enough to move on. Remind me again what Nerdboy Freeman had in a PhD? Physics? Physics? Theoretical physics, that's what it was. Yes, we have our very own dam out here in the Sierra Nevadas. Oh. Oh, please, keep running. Enemy unwittingly runs directly in front of an explosive environmental hazard. Classical element of video game design. No, please come back. Where are you going? Why are you running? Why are you running? Why are you running? Yeah, no witnesses. No witnesses, no distress calls, no intelligence.
Power 14%.
Frag out!
Hey!
He's hit!
Going in! Cover me!
Here comes a localized carpet bomb.
Ammunition.
All right then. And in this chapter, Gordon takes on an entire Marine battalion by himself. Boy, look at all this ammo. Actually, everyone's already dead. Wait, isn't this the area with the snipers? I seem to remember there being snipers somewhere around here. Nope, fish time. Ah, right. The fish, again. Running from the fish. Ah. I hear the whirring of very angry Apaches. They're out there. Ah! 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 Uh-oh. Ah! No! You fuck! He looks like he's going in. No. Well, he didn't actually go in. Or I could see him actually go in. Wasn't quite auto-rotating. It's not quite the fucking Hunter Chopper from Half-Life 2, but, fucking damn. I knew that was coming. Fucking knew that was coming at some point. Thankfully, it's not a Harrier. But then again, yeah, we still basically just... basically stared at an Apache firing its 30mm cannon at us, and we didn't give a fuck. Whoa, whoa! Fish. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to go in there and, I hate fighting this fucking thing. Where is it? Where's the fish? There's the fish. Good. No! Ah! There's more than one fish! Jesus!
Power 25%.
See, the actually fighting the ichthyosaurs here is a little bit easier, mainly because you don't lose them so much. Because I feel like, or I felt like my main problem with fighting the ichthyosaurs in the, in Bone Stock Gold Source is that underwater you have a tendency to lose them, and that makes fighting them rather difficult. They can kill you relatively easily. So, with this, they're actually a little bit easier to track. That makes fighting them not that fucking terrifying, or difficult, much, less difficult and thus less terrifying. That all works out for young me. Young me's pretty okay with not having to fight actually difficult, big, scary fish monsters. There's no line. But I double-checked. Okay, so now we gotta have to go into the tube, I believe. We have to go to the other side of the dam. And hopefully we will not be eaten. I can't see shit! Hey! Okay. Oh, hey, look, it's totally not Black Mesa East. Amazing. Actually, that is actually just a hole in the map. Never mind. Okay, so we've taken on the ground force and the air cav, horrible fish monsters, aliens. Yeah, we're doing okay, guys, right? Right? We're gonna make it, probably. Actually, well, we know there are sequels, so in this situation, there's no surprise here for what happens, I suppose, but I am floating. The collision for that is way higher than the actual rock. Shouldn't that pipe have had a turbine in it that have ground you to pace? Yeah, that's what I was expecting. You just opened the tube and it just kind of flooded you out. That's weird. Rocket launcher is next gun, right? Possibly? Can't remember. Ah! Well, that won't deter us at this point. Clearly. That's just fucking usual shit going on here. Death hazards. Why would we be deterred by that at this point? It's probably not the hazards the sign's actually for. It's probably the hazards as in the Marines. And, well, ropes. Lower canal. Oh, well, isn't that nice? Isn't that just nice? Brings to mind patriotic thoughts, does it? Oh, rock! Look, Gordon! Symbolism! Seeing an American flag in this situation is obviously meant to reassure you, even though the car's on fire and there's no one at the wheel.
Power 40%.
Alright. That, I don't like the fucking sound of anything out there. But, That's awfully unpatriotic sounding of you. I think someone needs a visit from the CIA. Well, if they're gonna take me, they're gonna have to take the entirety of Godspeed You Black Emperor. They're the ones that taught me the anti-government sentiments back when I was a youngin'. I was just wanting to listen to nice music. And then I found post-rock. But, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm reaching the end of my rope here. I think I need to go fill up more on more play coins, I think, but that's gonna mean I'm probably gonna cut it for the night. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll probably be back tomorrow to play more Black Mesa because, you know, I did actually think I was gonna actually finish the game in 2 days, and that didn't happen, because, again, Half-Life 1 is actually a really suspiciously long fucking game, or really surprisingly long game, I should say. Social sleeping stream when? When that doesn't seem like kind of a suspect to maybe a bad idea. Other people can experiment in this avant-garde streaming field. I just play video games and make dumb jokes. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's stream. I will be back tomorrow to stream more Black Mesa. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope you enjoyed the show. Good night. Remember, wash your hands, and I'll see you tomorrow.